Hi, and welcome to the Underground Complex. I'm your host, Lala Dominique. Today we will be talking with Alfonso Rowley, our next complex breaker. He's the CEO and artist manager at Risky Business Entertainment. He oversees every component of an artist's business, such as touring, recording, publishing, and the record label itself, merchandising, live events, promotions, etc. Alfonso, tell us about you.
I've been in the music industry now. Let's see, when did I first start? Maybe back in 2001. I was an artist at one time myself. But I got more into, I love doing the music writing. So I got more into the music writing aspect, songwriting. And from there, things just kind of developed into me managing and running a full-time label. But it started with me being on the forefront. I was being an artist like everybody else, but I just fell in love with the, being behind the scenes type situation. And it's just from there, just been, up and up from there. Like I tell everybody, man, the music industry is it's big. Even it's big, but it's a small place too, because everybody know everybody. You know what I mean? So, it's just so much aspects when it comes to the music industry, man. It's very hard sometimes to break into with certain things. And I tell artists all the time, man, don't give up, keep going, because you're gonna get your break. If you push hard, you're gonna get there. You got artists that's been doing it. Like some people see these artists that make it now, like, oh man, you just came out of nowhere. Now these artists sometimes have been pushing, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years before they actually, got on.
Absolutely. So, I already tell a lot of artists, I'm like, I said, pay attention. I said, go back to their old stuff, review that and see how long they've been in the game. It just didn't happen overnight, for sure. It takes a lot of hard work, consistency, and everything to stay, relevant in this game,
Absolutely.
You were talking about some of the challenges and stuff. How have you, name a challenge that you had and how you overcame that?
Oh, man. I think most of us had a lot of challenges during the pandemic. Like the group that I managed, Pretty Image, since 2016, they started in 2016. They were still in high school. There was, young girls, and they did shows like from 2016 on, it's like back-to-back shows, they've been getting paid to do shows since 2016. And so when the pandemic hit, we had them set to do some touring, like big stuff. I think that was for everybody, it was just it was crazy. Just trying to figure out how to maneuver around it, how to continue to stay relevant during the pandemic was hard. Then I ended up signing another artist during I didn't know the pandemic was gonna hit like that, you know what I mean? So right. I signed Shadow Session January of 2020, and then the pandemic hit. I'm like, how I'm gonna push this young lady? I just signed her. What I'm gonna do? How I'm gonna do this? And I just had to really be creative and to build buzz around my artists, big as much as possible for both during the pandemic, in which I was able to create, a huge buzz for her. And by the time, 2021 rolled around, man, people was like, hey, I want her to perform here. I want them to perform,
It was like everything started opening back up, and I've been watching, keeping an eye on the ladies of your label. I was like, they've been doing their thing. I was like, even though you had a pandemic, they were still doing, a lot of shows.
I know it. They were still doing stuff. I was still keeping their name out, keeping them on different podcasts, radio stations, you name it. Doing interviews after interviews, everything just to keep their name out there. I had to stay on it because a lot of people just got lost in the pandemic. 2020 destroyed a lot of careers. People couldn't really take off, especially if they about to take off, they lost momentum behind it. And I know I just couldn't be the one of those guys or one of those companies that just lost momentum because of the pandemic. I had to just keep everybody's name alive. You know what I mean? During it, and that's what I did.
That is what's up. I like it. Y'all are doing y'all thing over there for sure.
Appreciate it.
What cities are they doing a tour right now?
Yeah, they just came back from Pretty Image just did Augusta. They did Wisconsin recently. They flew them out there to do a big show concert. It's their tour, the Legacy Tour. They on a little small break right now because they doing a little vacation coming up. So they they're doing a vacation right now for Memorial Day. So I had to take a little break off. But they're going to pick back up again. We'll be putting more, getting more concerts going in more cities. Shadow will be doing Jacksonville coming up soon. She's going to be doing the Jacksonville Fest. She just finished doing the Black Heritage Music Festival, one of the big shows of her career. And she did a great job. They loved her there. When she got backstage, they was
like, I love seeing her growth because I've been following them around, since around January and then Pretty Image. I've been following them since probably October of 2019 or so. Around that when I first hit them, I was like, girls, they are so dope, the hottest girl group coming out, this is it.
They doing their thing, man. They're doing their thing. Then I don't know if I signed the artist Cocker J. He's out of Ghana. I recently signed him this year. He's Afrobeat artist. This guy's songwriting is phenomenal. When he came to me already like polished, and he just need someone to take it to the next level. He's already polished, you know what I mean? So, and he just had a single that just dropped called Sexual Healing, featuring Shadow Session, and it's doing quite well right now as an Afro-pop song. And you're going to hear more from him.
Okay,
Pretty Image getting ready to.
So how was his approach when he found you?
Everybody see. First it was just like, Pretty Image and Shadow Session. They was just like people. They was just like all over their IG and social media. And he was like, man, I would love to sign with, Risky Business. I was like, okay. So it took a little minute. I'd say, right now I'm just my plate full, but give me a minute. Let me just see, how things pan out. Cause it's a pandemic. I'm already trying to get everybody else up the par, you know what I'm saying? And get Shadow up the par and stuff after signing her during a pandemic. So it's like, I didn't really want to take on, nothing more. You also
have a model on your label as well. So I
got two models.
Two of them.
I got two. Yeah, two models. Shout out to Chanel, the model. I actually been managing Chanel, I want to say almost 7 years now as a model. She's done big music videos. She's done them all. So I'm gonna tell you how I really first started. Really, like besides the music, I was actually managing my daughter, the youngest one of Pretty Image. She's been modeling and acting for years, ever since she was about like 6-7 years old.
Oh, okay.
And she's been on she been on Publix commercials. She done did Sicko commercials. She done everything. And I was managing her first. And she's like I said, very talented young lady. My daughter, I hats off to her, very talented. Ever since she's a little girl, man, she's been doing it all. And I met Chanel at one of the Publix commercials. And she was like, so you manage her? I said, yes, my daughter, but I've been managing her for, such years. And she's like, oh my God. This is like my second time really doing something. So I definitely needed a manager too. And that's how it happened. And I ended up managing her too. Oh. And then Pretty Image came later down the road. I swear, Pretty Image came later down. He was just me managing nothing but models, but still doing the music because I was doing songwriting. And I've done songwriting for artists and stuff too. So I was still doing that. But here I am years later, still pushing and pressing.
I know that's right. What's your typical day like?
Oh man, Jesus. Well, I get up. And I also have, I work for a company, drive trucks too. So I drive trucks. So that's another thing I do, truck driving. My typical day though, when it comes to the business, I get up, check all my emails. I have missed calls, emails I have to respond to. It get hectic because it's just me trying to handle all this on my own. Man, it's crazy. It is. It's crazy, but I love it though, because if you're not getting these emails, if you're not getting these, text messages and left messages for phone calls for people to call you, for you to call them back, then you ain't doing your job. You know what I mean? If you're not getting that kind of stuff, then you got a problem. You know, when that stuff stops, then you know you got an issue. But
I was like, my inbox stayed full too. I'm like, oh, okay, artist. They're like, I want to hit you up about your artist. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, what you got going on? You know, because it's all about building the brand and awareness. You know, and getting them out there to everybody they need to get out there to. You know, to get that. You know, if they're trying to get signed to a label, they're looking. You know. You know, they're looking for them. The artists already have artist development. You know, these bigger labels are not. They're like, we're not trying to do that anymore. So it's up to the independent sector to do those things. You know?
I agree. I mean, that's kind of what I had to do with Shadow, because her coming in, she wasn't a polished artist at the time. But her writing was phenomenal. I mean, I literally had to do a lot of artist development with her to bring her where she's at now. And shout out to my whole team that was able to do it. I got a producer, and he has his own studio who we go to, Grooveland Studios. Big shout out to Lewis Bryant. And he helped get up to par. He helped us, a lot, because when she got in the studio, man, he helped her with everything, showing how to do the harmonies, how to do this on all her songs, and it was just like, watching it, it's like, dang, man, he's doing it. You know what I mean? and the thing about it is, I mean, he loved the music so much. And most people charge you for stuff like that. He didn't charge us to do the artist development as well as record and do the music and to do the mix and of course, the mix and mastering and the recording. But as far as the artist development part, he didn't charge us for that. It was just like love. And he just loved her voice. He was like, man, this girl gonna be something serious. I got you.
I've heard it in person and heard, through her music, like Over You.
Very angelic and soft.
I'll be streaming that on Spotify.
Yeah, she
like,
did
I'm always
that at
in support of these, a lot of these artists and things that are out here, especially Pretty Image and Shadow Session.
Appreciate it.
These girls, they're out here and they're doing their thing, and they're making their mark in the industry.
Hey, Rio too, man. Rio is, man, I'm proud. I'm so proud of Rio. Rio got some hot stuff coming out.
I'm like, I can't. I was like, y'all ain't gonna be ready yet. Y'all not ready for it. But they, man, he stays in the studio. That guy right there, yes, he stays in the studio.
He got a song that Pretty Image actually going to the studio today to record the song on a feature with him.
Okay, the Dilemma,
Yeah, the Dilemma song. Mm-hmm.
I was like, they would be so dope for that song when he sent it over to me. I haven't heard none of the lyrics that they're gonna be doing. I haven't heard. I will when I go today to the studio with them. I'll hear everything, but I can't even tell you what it sounds like with them. I don't know. I know I heard the song. Of course, the song is hot. Okay, but as far as they're coming on, how they're gonna come on it, I never know until I get to the studio to hear them, because they. So you kind of let them do their thing, let them be the creative, and you're on the business.
Really don't. I just stay out their way. I stay out their way. They're very creative. I don't need to be in their way when they writing and doing their thing. I stay out their way. I'll hear everything. If I hear something need to be whatever, maybe she come. I'll give my little info. But I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, they just go and do their thing. Them young ladies come back with nothing but fire, and I don't do nothing but I'd be in awe. I'd be like,
I know when you sent me things, I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, you hear this?
Yeah. So they got a single dropping this Friday. The walkthrough songs is dropping this Friday, and a lot of DJs have been hitting them up with it. We got DJs out of Germany, and actually, it's DJ Rapture is out of Germany. He's the one that did the producing. He's a celebrity DJ, a big DJ out of Germany, and very well known in the industry. And he reached out to us, some months back. He was like, hey, it's like, man, these young ladies, I've been seeing their name just all over IG and social media. And it's over in Germany. We've been, and they got the one song called Earthquake, and we've been playing it over in Germany. I'm like, really? It's like, man, it's big over here. It's like, man, we've been playing it. He said, this song is hot over here.
I was like, it's for them. Yes.
Oh, you did that, LaShantée. You did that. I mean, big shout out to you on that. You did it. You put that together. You was You were the DJ Khaled on this one. I swear you put this together.
Well,
The
thank you.
producer and them, because that song has really made a mark for them. Like that was like that opening thing for them, and everybody
Yeah.
just started flocking to them.
I tell
Video
people,
still
you
doing
need that
great.
one song. When you get all this is
That's
that it
it.
just take that one song. You be like, I was just having
Let's just
fun. I
take
get a
that
lot of
one.
artists. I'm like the ones when you're not trying to do too much. You're like you're just being
Right,
you, and you're like, hey, let me do something, and it
right,
just blows up. That way. I
right,
tell
and
them,
it
I'm
blows
like.
up, and it did.
The
It
way
did. Big
my
shout out to Wick
manager
Jones.
sounds similar to yours as well. Letting them
Right,
let them do their creative stuff, and let me. I'll
right,
be in the background doing the business side
right.
of things for
That's
you.
it. That's all I do.
you
That's
know.
all I do now, business. But yeah, they got that dropping this Friday. Walkthrough has been. We put a buzz around it even before it dropped. I mean, we was like, hey, DJs, hit us up. The girls posted the cover art. Say, hey, this is dropping. Friday the 28th. Man, DJs, send it,
So is
send it
this
to us. We
going to be?
wanted
Is
that.
this a new song that's coming? Well, it's going to be featured on their next album, or is just a single that they're
It's.
dropping?
I think it's just right now. It's a single that we're dropping,
Okay.
featuring DJ Rapture out of Germany, big DJ out of there and producer. And I mean, this guy gets like a lot of his songs are millions and millions and millions of streams on his stuff. You know what I mean?
Man,
And because
that's an
yeah,
honor.
it's an honor because it's like and all the DJs have been hitting him up. A lot of them from Germany, and they was like, please send it now. We want it, and I just been sending it all week. I've been sending it all week. And I'm getting hit in my DMs every second. Send it. We want it. Send it.
Give it to
So
us.
far we've
Have you
and they
ever
like,
looked
oh
at
my
like the
God, it's
DJ
like
Coalition and things? It's like a
we've
whole
done
website, and
it.
then it's like, and then they'll put them all in wherever they're streaming, or if it's online, or
Right,
if it's if it's a DJ
right.
that's at a radio station, they'll play the songs too. But it's
Yeah,
like
yeah. We've
it's thousands of DJs on there. And there's even, a mixture of
right,
independent and, also more famous ones on there as well.
right. Yeah, we've I've done the core DJ stuff too. Like I sent it I'm connected to some of them. One of the DJs out of Houston who I just into, he's connected to like the core DJs and all them. DJ Bangs out of Houston, he's big, and big shout out to him too. He sent it to him. He loved the girls. I mean, the first time he first heard one of their first songs that did quite well for them was called Turn Up. Turn Up was
I
like
like Turn
that
Up.
mark for them too. Oh man,
We can
it was
fight
just like
until the sun.
yeah, and they were young. They were like. They were young. It was no cursing on their stuff. They stuff was extra clean. They were babies back then, and like they was coming up with some hot stuff. And I was like, damn. And so we did the video to that, and then like DJ Bangs, like, man, I need that. And he started sending it everywhere, and that's kind of how I connected with him out of Houston. So it's like these young ladies has been like really pushing their presses like for a while now. Man, I'm so proud of them, and they're still going. They got more stuff. Like when we drop and walk through. But then they got one that is going to come out the walkthrough after we finish walkthrough. It's another song called Kong, like, King Kong. It's
I know
Kong.
they gonna go hard because I actually watched
It's
their
already,
newest music
it's,
video too. Yeah, I watched it a few times.
listen, Kong
You
is
was getting them ready
hard,
in the
bro.
rain.
In the red.
I was like, metaphorically, hey,
that's
they
right. The
ready.
music video to Truth Be Told. Yeah, Truth Be Told. That's off the album. Truth Be Told is off the album. So they got two videos out from off the album. That's Truth Be Told, and of course Earthquake. But Truth Be Told was one that everybody was like, man, you got to do a video of that because it's one of the hottest up. So they really saying a lot of stuff on that video.
They sure are.
On the
They
song
speaking
itself.
truth right there for sure.
They speaking truth, man. Them young lady was angry when they wrote that song. I said, y'all some angry young lady.
I mean, you can feel the emotion when I tell people, I was like, it's not about just the words that you're saying, it's how you deliver those words. And when you deliver those words correctly, your fans will resonate with it.
Exactly. Exactly.
How does your work benefit society?
How my work benefits society? Mm-hmm. How does it benefit? I don't really know how it would. Me personally, I like to help people. I try to. How some people like, well, I say the game, but I won't tell you the game unless you want to buy the game. I don't. That's not me. I try to help other artists get there as well. If anybody know, I've helped many artists, not just my own artists under my label and stuff. I want to see everybody win. I mean, that's just where I'm at with when it comes to the music industry. I want everybody to win. So I think for me, it's just I have an open door for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. I've had people sometimes reach out to me by email, sometimes just ask, or in my DMs, ask. I had a guy reach out to me. I don't know who he was. He was an artist. I forget what state he was out of. Young white guy, man. And he was just like, hey, I just have a question. He was asking questions about the BMI stuff, the PRO stuff, the copyrights, everything. And I just gave it to him. What to do, He was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Yeah. Nobody never really gave it to me like this. I was like, hey, anytime, if you need any more advice, hit me up.
Yeah, a lot of artists, they don't know. They just put it on BMI, or they only know about ASCAP. I'm like, well, you got to go to Sound Exchange. You got to do these things if you
got to do all this stuff. Right.
You want royalties, you're going to have to do these things,
You got to do these things, man. Yeah, I agree. And that's kind of, I kind of gave him the big on that. And he was like, oh, okay, all right.
Do you have any advice that you can give to individuals looking to be in the artist management?
Oh, yeah. My advice to those that want to manage artists, definitely want to work with artists who takes it just as serious as you are. That you how serious you take the business. Because if you get with artists that really don't take it serious, it's hard to really push them like you need to. So, I mean, my thing is just find those artists that are really serious, those that really take constructive criticism, those that really take, direction well. Because you got some people that feel like, oh, I know it all. Yeah. And then want to listen to what you got to tell them. You've been doing it longer than them. And you've been doing this, quite some time, and you've been successful at it. So you want to show, you be able to show them the same things or what it takes to get them there. So my thing is just, if you're going to get into this business, man, really know what you're getting yourself into. Just know that it takes time. Just know that it's a lot of energy. And you definitely want to, like I said, choose an artist that's going to go toe to toe with you. Mm-hmm.
So what is exactly what specific, what would you be looking for? Like if you were going to sign an artist?
I would look for creativity. I would look for something different, that's the industry could be lacking or not, don't have at the moment. An artist that has the ability to become great. You got to be able to see that, like I saw that in Shadow Session. She didn't see that herself. She just had a couple songs and I was like, girl, you're going to be big. Trust me. She looking at me like, okay. I'm like, trust me. So the first song, which was Ride For You, and she recorded it when she was in Jacksonville. And I told her, I said, no, we're going to go re-record this. I said, you're going to give her my producer, you're going to give her my engineers. I said, and we're going to develop you. I said, when it's over, you're going to be like, it's phenomenal. She was like, looking at me like, how this man, can see this? I'm like, trust me, I see the future, and she'll tell you. She didn't believe in it.
I got the plan. Let's do it.
Let's do it and look at it. And then it went from there to soon as that song dropped, everybody was like, right,
too. I was like, oh, you see this? I was like, oh, shoot. All right.
she didn't believe it. She like, how did you knew that this song gonna be the song? I said, I just know. I know and I know. You know what I'm saying? I just follow that little man that I hear telling me this, and I follow that. And Hot 97 fell in love with it. And she was on there and they played her music and she was getting calls from family all in New York. Girl, I just heard your song on the radio, Hot 97. It was just like she had a big interview with them. It was just taking off. Bro. She was just like, I can't believe this is happening. I said, believe.
Believe. You're in it. You're there, honey. You there.
Right.
And right. I've seen her get a lot more confident and stuff too as time has went on,
Right. She's getting better.
So people, you gotta have that support, and her fans are really supportive of her, and and you as a manager are very supportive of her and the things that she does and getting her out there.
Right. So. Right. And, we got to know Pretty Image already. Them young ladies, there, man. It's you know what I mean. It's like they every time they go in the studio and drop something, I be looking like, I can't believe it.
Wow,
what is this? Like, who are y'all? And a lot of people didn't know they were my daughters. A lot of people didn't know they were my daughters. It was like, oh, they're your daughters. You don't even look like you got, daughters that age. I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I said my oldest is going to be 25. I'm like, so yeah, I'm up there. Yeah, I'm 43. But them young ladies surprise me every time, man. Like I said, their music is just getting better and better. And the youngest one, man, she's a beast. Like everybody talk about her lyrics on verses now. They be like, first they were talking about the oldest one verses. Now they talking about the youngest one verses. Like, man, she is like,
I'm like,
don't let that cute face fool you.
I'm like, she coming at him.
Dangerous.
She coming at him.
She dangerous. Like, and the oldest one give her the last verses now on every song. They're like, nah, let her have the last verse because she finna come and destroy every. I'm serious. It's just something about her now. It's like she has this way with her writing is just phenomenal. Like even on Truth Be Told, she had the last verse and she killed it. She came in on that thing and just. And then she the oldest one to come in now. She'll stab you a couple times, right? The young one coming, she's gonna light you up with bazookas and Dracos. You know, it's like, sheesh, calm down, little mama. Shit, they dangerous. They dangerous on the mic though. They are. Proud of them.
Well, is there anything else you want to end with today?
I guess I just want to say, man, anybody that's out there that's working independently, independent artists in talent management companies, or anybody that's managing artists at the moment or whatever, just keep going. Don't stop. We're still moving, steady. I feel like I have not reached where I want to be at the moment. I'm still trying to get there as well. I think for all of us, it's just stay with it. Don't stop. Keep going. You know what I mean? And for those artists, man, look, a lot of times people, it doesn't happen overnight. You know what I mean? It doesn't. You know what I mean? For some, it might have, but those are just those that they come and they go. But those that have been working, strategically working for many, many years, building who they are as artists, those are the ones that are long lasting in the industry. Those are the ones that continue to thrive. So, you don't really want to be a one-hit wonder anyhow. You want to be somebody that could continue to keep bringing hits after hits after hits. So I say, keep grinding, keep going, don't stop. And, the best is yet to come.
Well, thank you for this interview today. I appreciate it. So much love your way.
I appreciate it. And you're looking lovely. I just want to tell you, you're looking lovely.
Thank you. I'm trying.
Yes. Looking lovely. Yes.
All right, then. Well, we're going to be out. It's Lala Dominique here at the Underground Complex. And we'll see you when you see it. Okay.
Peace. Thank you for having me.
In an ideal world, talent should speak for itself. But that's far from the truth. In the world of music and entertainment, the right opportunity at the right time matters. Are you prepared for your future? I'm Lala Dominique, and this is the Underground Complex. I'll see you when I see you. Okay.